Hey everyone, and welcome back to Visions Beyond. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what other health topics you'd like us to deep dive into.
Absolutely.
Today we're diving deep into the often misunderstood world of anxiety and mental health.
Yeah.
You've provided us with some fascinating articles and research, and we're here to help you make sense of it all.
It's a topic that affects so many people, yet there's still a lot of misconceptions out there.
Exactly. So let's clear up some of that confusion and empower you with knowledge.
Great.
We'll be looking at mental health conditions, depression, and anxiety from the CDC.
Yep.
Anxiety disorders from the National Institute of Mental Health. Anxiety disorders from UT Health, Houston Harris County Psychiatric Center.
Yeah.
Anxiety disorders, causes, symptoms, treatment, and types from the Cleveland Clinic.
Okay.
Anxiety disorders from the World Health Organization.
Got it.
Anxiety from the Mental Health Foundation. Anxiety disorders, symptoms, and causes from the Mayo Clinic.
Okay.
Understanding anxiety and mental health. A comprehensive guide.
Right.
And what are anxiety disorders? From psychiatry.org.
Okay.
We're going to explore the signs of anxiety disorders, different types, how it affects your body and mind, and most importantly, what you can do about it.
Right.
Get ready for some surprising facts.
Yeah, I think there will be some surprises.
Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What exactly are anxiety?
That's a great place to start. Anxiety is a natural human response to stress or danger. Think of it as your body's built-in alarm system, preparing you to react to a challenge.
I see.
You know that feeling you get before a big presentation or a job interview?
Yeah.
Those butterflies in your stomach? That's anxiety.
Yeah, I know that feeling all too well.
Right.
I always get sweaty palms too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not always a bad thing.
Not at all.
Really?
In fact, anxiety can be beneficial.
Interesting.
It can sharpen your focus, motivate you to take action, and even keep you safe in dangerous situations. It's what helps us avoid risky behavior and make smart decisions.
Okay.
The key is finding that sweet spot where anxiety is helpful, not harmful.
So when did anxiety cross the line and become a problem?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
Anxiety becomes a problem when it's persistent, excessive, and hard to control. It's like your alarm system going off constantly, even when there's no real danger.
I see.
Imagine feeling anxious about everyday things like work or finances to the point that it's interfering with your sleep, concentration, or relationships.
Wow.
That's when it might be something more serious, like an anxiety disorder.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do you know if you're dealing with normal everyday anxiety or an anxiety disorder? Are there specific signs to look out for?
Yeah, definitely. That's where understanding the different types of anxiety disorders can be really helpful.
Okay.
It's not a one-size-fits-all experience. You mentioned feeling anxious before presentations. For some people, that anxiety might escalate into a full-blown phobia of public speaking, which is a type of specific phobia.
So it's like anxiety dialed up to 11.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Specific phobias involve an intense, irrational fear of a specific object or situation.
Got it.
Spiders' heights, enclosed spaces, these are common examples. The Cleveland Clinic article actually mentioned there are hundreds of different phobias.
Hundreds.
Which I find fascinating.
Wow. Okay, so someone could be terrified of clowns, for example.
Exactly. And these phobias can be very disruptive to a person's life, causing them to avoid certain situations or experiences.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What are some other types of anxiety disorders people might be dealing with?
Another common one is generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD.
GD.
This is what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Persistent worry about everyday things, often out of proportion to the actual situation.
I see.
People with GAD might find it hard to relax, constantly anticipate the worst, and have trouble controlling their worry.
I could see how that would be exhausting.
It absolutely can be.
Always feeling on edge.
And it often comes with physical symptoms, too, like fatigue, muscle tension, and sleep problems.
Then there's panic disorder, which involves sudden, intense episodes of fear known as panic attacks.
That's right.
These attacks can be terrifying, with symptoms like a racing heart, dizziness, sweating, and even a feeling of impending doom.
It's really scary.
I've heard people describe panic attacks as feeling like they're having a heart attack.
That's a common comparison.
Oh, wow.
And it's not surprising given the intense physical symptoms.
Yeah.
The UT Health article highlighted how important it is to rule out any underlying medical conditions
Sure.
if someone is experiencing these kinds of symptoms.
That makes sense.
But for someone with panic disorder, the fear of having another attack can become debilitating,
Hmm.
leading them to avoid situations where they fear an attack might occur.
That sounds incredibly limiting.
Yeah.
Are there any other anxiety disorders we should be aware of?
Yes. One more I'd like to mention is social anxiety disorder.
Okay.
This involves intense fear and anxiety in social situations,
Right.
often stemming from a worry of being judged or evaluated negatively by others.
So this goes beyond just being shy.
Exactly.
Right.
While shyness is a personality trait,
Mm-hmm.
social anxiety is a mental health condition that can significantly impact a person's quality of life.
Hmm.
People with social anxiety might avoid social gatherings,
Right.
have difficulty speaking up in meetings,
Oh, yeah.
or struggle to make eye contact.
That sounds really isolating.
It can be.
This is all giving me a much clearer picture of the different ways anxiety can manifest.
Good.
But we've been talking a lot about the mental and emotional effects.
Right.
What about the physical impact of anxiety?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something we need to be concerned about?
Absolutely. It's important to remember that anxiety isn't just all in your head.
Okay.
It affects your whole body.
Wow.
The Mayo Clinic article did a great job of breaking down the physical symptoms of anxiety.
Right.
We've already mentioned some like a racing heart, sweating, and muscle tension.
Yeah.
But anxiety can also disrupt your digestive system,
Really?
leading to nausea, diarrhea, or constipation.
Oh, gosh.
It can affect your respiratory system,
Mm.
causing shortness of breath,
Uh-huh.
even when you're not physically exerting yourself.
And it can even weaken your immune system,
Exactly.
making you more susceptible to illness.
That's right.
Wow. I had no idea it could have such a widespread impact on the body.
It's pretty amazing.
This is making me think about the long-term effects.
Yeah,
What happens if someone ignores these physical symptoms of anxiety for a long time?
that's a crucial point.
Okay.
Chronic anxiety can have serious consequences for your physical health.
Oh, no.
Over time, the constant flood of stress hormones can increase your risk of cardiovascular problems. Like what?
Like high blood pressure and heart disease.
Wow.
It can contribute to digestive issues, chronic pain,
Really?
and even autoimmune disorders.
God.
The Mental Health Foundation really emphasized the mind-body connection,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something we need to take seriously.
So it's not just about feeling stressed or worried.
Not a
It's about
case.
protecting our overall well-being.
Exactly.
Knowing that makes taking action even more important.
It really does.
So let's dive into what you can do to manage anxiety.
Okay.
Where do we even begin?
The good news is that anxiety is highly treatable,
That's great to hear.
and there are lots of effective strategies available.
Okay.
The first step is recognizing that you don't have to suffer in silence.
Yeah.
Seeking professional help is crucial,
Mm-hmm.
and the earlier the better.
Okay.
As the psychiatry.org articles pointed out, early intervention can significantly improve outcomes.
That's encouraging.
A mental health professional can help you understand what type of anxiety you might be experiencing.
And recommend the most appropriate treatment options.
So what are some of those options?
Oh,
I imagine therapy is a common starting point.
absolutely.
Okay.
Therapy can be incredibly beneficial for managing anxiety.
Yeah.
One of the most well-researched and effective therapies is cognitive behavioral therapy,
Yeah.
or CBT.
CBT.
It helps you identify and challenge negative thought patterns that contribute to anxiety. It's like retraining your brain to think differently.
That sounds really empowering.
It is.
Like you're taking control of your thoughts rather than letting them control you.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's about learning new skills to cope with anxiety-provoking situations
Right.
and developing healthier ways of thinking and responding to stress.
So CBT helps you change the way you think about and react to anxiety-provoking situations.
Right.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it can be really helpful.
But what about medication?
Mhm.
Is that something people with anxiety might consider?
Yes, medication can also be helpful, especially for those with moderate to severe anxiety.
I see.
Antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications are often prescribed to manage symptoms.
Right.
It's important to remember that medication should always be discussed with a healthcare professional.
Right.
They can help determine if medication is right for you and ensure you're on the right type and dosage.
It sounds like there's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to treating anxiety.
You got it.
It's really about finding what works best for each individual.
Exactly.
And it's not just about therapy and medication.
Right.
Lifestyle changes can also play a huge role in managing anxiety.
Absolutely.
Understanding anxiety and mental health had a really insightful section on this.
Uh-huh.
They talk about things like exercise,
Yes.
sleep, diet,
Yeah.
and even reducing caffeine intake.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Those are all things we have some control over,
Yeah,
which is encouraging.
for sure.
I know for me, getting enough sleep is crucial.
Yeah, me too.
If I'm sleep deprived, my anxiety goes through the roof.
I hear you. Sleep is so important.
Yeah.
When we're well rested, we're better equipped to handle stress and manage our emotions.
That's true.
The Mental Health Foundation also emphasized the importance of exercise.
Okay.
Physical activity releases endorphins,
Uh-huh.
which have mood-boosting effects.
So it's like a natural antidepressant.
That's a great way to think about it.
Get it?
So incorporating exercise into your routine,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's just a brisk walk or some yoga,
Yeah.
can really make a difference.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of a healthy diet.
That's important too.
Eating balanced meals, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help stabilize your blood sugar and energy levels,
Right.
which can have a positive impact on your mood and anxiety levels.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got therapy,
Mm.
medication,
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
Those are some great tools to have in your arsenal.
For sure.
But what about those moments when anxiety hits you out of the blue?
Oh, yeah.
What can you do in the moment to calm those anxious feelings?
That's where relaxation techniques can be incredibly helpful.
Okay, like what?
Deep breathing exercises are a fantastic tool.
I've heard of those.
When you're anxious, your breathing tends to become shallow and rapid.
Right.
By consciously slowing down your breath and taking deep breaths from your diaphragm,
Uh-huh.
you can signal to your body that it's time to relax.
It's like hitting the pause button on your anxiety.
Exactly.
I like that.
And it's a technique you can use anywhere, anytime.
That's great.
Progressive muscle relaxation is another effective strategy.
Okay.
It involves tensing and then releasing different muscle groups in your body,
Right.
which helps you become aware of physical tension and promotes relaxation.
I see.
The Understanding Anxiety and Mental Health Guide described it as melting away the stress,
I love that.
which I thought was a great visual.
Like you're physically releasing the tension from your body.
Yeah.
What are some other relaxation techniques people might try?
Mindfulness meditation is becoming increasingly popular for managing anxiety.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
It's all about paying attention to the present moment without judgment.
Okay.
Instead of getting caught up in worries about the future or ruminating on the past,
Right.
mindfulness encourages you to focus on your breath, your body, and your senses.
I've heard a lot about mindfulness, but I've always imagined it as something you have to do for hours at a time.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Can you really benefit from it if you only have a few minutes?
Absolutely.
Right.
Even a few minutes of mindfulness practice each day can make a difference.
Wow.
The key is consistency.
Okay.
It's like building a muscle.
I see.
The more you practice, the better you become at bringing your attention back to the present moment.
So it's about creating those little pockets of calm throughout your day.
Exactly.
This is all so helpful.
Good. I'm glad.
But I'm also wondering about the role of connection and support.
Yeah,
I imagine that's a huge factor in mental well-being.
you're absolutely right.
Okay.
The Mental Health Foundation emphasized the importance of talking about how you're feeling. Bottling up your anxiety can make it feel even worse.
That makes sense.
Reaching out to a trusted friend or family member,
Right.
joining a support group,
Yeah.
or even connecting with others online can provide a sense of community and shared understanding.
It's like that saying, a problem shared is a problem halved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes just knowing that you're not alone can be incredibly validating and empowering. The UT Health article also highlighted the benefits of peer support groups.
Okay.
Connecting with others who are going through similar experiences can offer encouragement, practical tips, and a sense of hope.
I love that.
Yeah, it can be really powerful.
We're all in this together, and we can learn and grow from each other's experiences. I'm feeling so much more hopeful and empowered after this deep dive.
That's great to hear.
It's amazing how much we've covered.
It really is.
We've explored the science of anxiety, different types of anxiety disorders,
Yeah,
and a whole toolkit of strategies for managing it.
it's been quite a journey.
It has.
And it's important to remember that recovery is possible.
That's really encouraging.
Anxiety doesn't have to control your life.
Right.
With the right support and tools, you can reclaim your well-being and live a full and meaningful life.
That's such an important message to leave our listener with.
It really is.
This has been such an insightful and inspiring conversation. I'm so grateful for your expertise.
The pleasure was all mine.
Well said.
Oh.
So to wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with a few key takeaways.
Okay.
Anxiety is a normal human emotion,
Right.
but when it becomes excessive and interferes with your life,
Uh-huh.
it's important to seek help.
Yes, definitely.
Remember, you're not alone, And there are effective treatments available.
And don't underestimate the power of self-care.
Yeah.
Incorporating those lifestyle changes we talked about, like exercise, sleep, and a healthy diet, can make a big difference in managing your anxiety.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember those relaxation techniques.
Yeah.
Deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindfulness can help you calm those anxious feelings in the moment.
Most importantly, be kind to yourself.
That's so important.
Recovery is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs along the way, but with persistence and support, you can overcome anxiety and live a fulfilling life.
That's it for this deep dive, folks. We hope it left you feeling informed, empowered, and hopeful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Visions Beyond.
Hey, leave us a comment.
And let us know in the comments what other health topics you'd like us to explore in future episodes. We love hearing from you. Take care and keep learning.